Can I watch ITVX in France? Now, as you probably know, ITVX is Britain's largest commercial TV channel, and ITVX is the actual online streaming component of ITV. But unfortunately, it's only available to UK viewers, so you have to be resident in the UK before you can watch ITVX. The service is geo-blocked in France and, in fact, everywhere outside the UK, primarily due to the sort of strict licensing agreements people do on different parts of their content. It's the same with media channels all over the world. French TV channels are blocked outside France. Most of the major US TV channels are blocked outside the US, and so on. So it's nothing very surprising, but it can be quite annoying. These copyright restrictions will stop everybody accessing ITVX in France. It doesn't matter if you're a UK resident and you popped over to get some duty-free or some wine and cheese. You won't be able to watch ITVX while you're in France, and it'll suddenly start working when you get back to the UK. So what can we do about it? Well, it's actually quite easy to solve, but let's first look at the issue itself. So basically, let me just show you. If you go to ITVX, see what happens. Okay, so this is ITVX, and you can get the live component there. There's films, categories, there's digital channels. It's really good. You can download the app. I'm just watching through a normal web browser. I find it a bit simple. And you can see there's lots of, they do period dramas and crime dramas very well, ITVX, as you probably know from things like Downton Abbey. But, there's lots of soaps, like Coronation Street is world famous. I think the world's longest running soap or something like that. But there's lots of films and things like that as well. Okay, but what happens if you try and watch it and you're outside the UK? Well, let me just show you. This is what happens. Basically, it says not available, and you get an error code here, and the error code is 0101. It can be 1001 as well. It doesn't really tell you much, but basically, the problem is your IP address. It just say it's not available right now, but it won't be available because it's looked up my IP address, decided I'm not in the UK, and blocked me. So let's just double check how it works this out. It uses it called geolocation, so it looks up your IP address. And I'll just show you now how that works. The site does exactly the same. It's called GeoTargetly. And it basically looks up your location based on your IP address. And you can see here, it's looking in France, and that's why ITVX isn't working. So what can we do about it? Let's just close these down. Right. You can use something called a VPN. VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. And it basically, when you use VPN software, you're creating an encrypted tunnel between you and a server in a remote location. Now, this encrypts your data, hides your username and password. It's really important to use it if you're traveling because your passwords and email accounts and stuff are at risk when you travel and use unknown Wi-Fi connections. And a VPN protects it, but it also protects your location, and it hides your location from the website you're visiting. Now, I'm going to show you in a second a program called NordVPN, which is one of the world's biggest, if not the biggest, VPN server. It's very reasonably priced. If you want to try it out, there's a discount link in my description below, which gives you the latest discounts to NordVPN. But the steps we need to do are subscribe to a VPN, obviously, connect to a UK server. Now, we have to connect to a UK VPN or it won't work. Then we should be able to access ITVX normally and start streaming. So let me show you how it works. So we'll just start the VPN service I mentioned, NordVPN. This is the full version. You can also have it as a Chrome extension or a Firefox extension. But this is the full version. It's the basic subscription. It's like the cheapest version you can get. And you can see it's a little map there. And there's VPN servers all over the world. So remember, we're unlocking UK content here. If you want to unlock in any other country, any of these with a little dot, it should work, So if you want to go and watch US Netflix, go and grab a US server or something like that. Now I'm going to connect to a UK server. I've got one that I use normally here, United Kingdom. And when I can make this connection, my IP address will be hidden. Any website I visit will only see the IP address at the end of the tunnel, which is the UK VPN server. Okay, so let's just minimize that. Now, just to show you how that's changed, I'll go to that IP geolocation site. and now Czech, which thought I was in France, now thinks I'm in London. All it's done is looked at the IP address of the VPN server and says, hey, he's in the UK, which is all we need to do. So, I should just mention now, if you're watching media sites, a lot of media sites get blocked. BBC and ITVX and Channel 4 block VPN servers. So you've got to be careful which service you use. NordVPN has some special servers that it optimizes for access to BBC and ITVX, and it's these. Okay, so you should use, if you're using NordVPN, use one of these numbers, and these are all inclusive numbers, so you could get 1877, or I'm using 1911 there, the UK server, so just to mention it, make sure you check, because, as I say, a large amount of VPN services simply don't work with BBC. They blocked them all. Okay, so now we just have what appears to be a UK IP address. It's filled that geolocation site. Let me go back to ITVX and try and watch this Shard Lake, which is looks quite good. Sean Bean investigating stuff in the time of Cromwell. Yes, good stuff. It's the sort of thing that ITV do quite well, really. Let's see if we can watch it. You can see now we're getting the parentals control. We didn't get this before, and it should start streaming shortly. There's a little bit of buffering occasionally with a VPN server, but not much if it's a fast one, which NordVPN fortunately is. And you can see now the adverts are starting, and we'll be able to watch the program without a problem. Let me just stop that. And there it is. That's basically all there is to it. We're watching ITVX through a VPN service. As I say, try the discount link in the description below. Other VPN services do work. Check with them to make sure they work with ITVX if that's what you're focusing on. Let me just minimize that. And yeah, one more couple of little points to remember. In terms of service, legal considerations, you're not doing anything illegal here or criminal. What you are doing is breaking ITVX terms and conditions, just like millions and millions of us all over the world. In fact, every English-speaking person on the Costa del Sol has probably been breaking ITVX's terms and conditions for many decades to watch Coronation Street and things like that. I know I certainly have. Recommended VPNs, as I mentioned, they don't all work. There's lots of VPNs out there. I'm just suggesting that NordVPN is a reliable one, and it's quite cheap, probably one of the cheapest as well. But check which way. But there are other VPN services to make sure you either get a trial or that they can unblock they've got a promise to unblock the ITVX content. Also check on performance as well. You're streaming videos, HD videos, so you need a fast connection. I think it's about 8 megabits a second. You should have a minimum really to be able to make it watchable. You can't download stuff to watch offline in ITVX, I don't think. You can with BBC iPlayer, so if you're going to have a very slow connection, that's an option with BBCX. One quick point as well about ITVX is that their adverts, that's how it's financed. So although the account is free, you will have to watch adverts unless you upgrade to the premium version, but you will need a UK form of payment to do that. I don't think a French bank card will work when you try and upgrade. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure last time I tried it wouldn't work. Okay, and that's it. Thanks for watching anyway. That's how to watch ITVX in France, or indeed anywhere outside the UK, very easily indeed. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.